Hey, what's up? It's your boy EB. I'm gonna come at y'all with a little something different on this topic if EB speaks. Uh, there's a math equation, different level of mathematics. One plus one equals three. Okay. Um, one plus one equals three when a man and a woman make a baby. You see what I'm saying? So, my boys from Black Star Radio put on Facebook this morning. You know, shout out to Polarity Red, everybody from Black Star. I was cracking. Boy, you do. One plus one equals three when you don't use a condom. So wrap it up. I commented on that. If you're friends with them, you'll see my real name. Or put a ring on it. Or get married. You see what I'm saying? This has a lot to do with raising consciousness on what it is exactly that we're doing in our communities, in our atmospheres, in our families, the families that we make up our own. I'm having a baby in December, a baby girl and stuff. Saw her face on the ultrasound, really, really pretty little girl like her mama and stuff. And yeah, and I'm divorced and stuff. Somebody got popped on Lake Street, ain't that a bitch? Y'all need to stop that shit. Shoot each other and stuff. Anyway, try not to get distracted by the news. I like watching the news in the morning. Hey, but on the real though, y'all, there's nothing wrong with being married and falling in love and settling down and raising a family. Now, this is coming from somebody I spent all day long on the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm 33, just 10 years ago. Actually, 10 years ago, I was working a job. But before and after that, I spent all day long on the block. And, I was with my baby's mom for 8 years and stuff. But, I cheated on her, and it's no secret. You know what I mean? And, ended up going to prison and all that jazz and stuff, you know what I mean? But, leading up to that, going to prison was all the choices that I made that led me there. You see what I'm saying? My son and my daughter's mom. I mean, we were together for quite a while. You see what I'm saying? So, maybe if we treated each other right and really knew what the fuck we was doing, we would have ended up married and stuff. You know what I mean? Because we love each other for some time, in a very dysfunctional way. And I can admit that. My ex-wife, we moved too quickly, and giving up on marriage because the love disappears is like getting rid of a car because it runs out of gas. Love is what keeps any type of relationship going, down to your, down to your friends, your acquaintances, to your kids, your pops, your mom, your family members, and then as well as your significant other that can also grow into be your spouse, who is going to be like your best friend for the rest of your life if you guys decide to do what marriage says it does. You see what I'm saying? We live in a world where we are desensitized to a lot of things that could really make us good, decent people. One of them is that we have been desensitized to the value of life, not just how easy it is to take a life, but how easy it is to take a life for granted. You see what I'm saying? And when we bring kids into this, wow, what kind of world do we give them? You see what I'm saying? We really need to think about that. I'll marry the girl who's carrying my baby now after we take the steps needed to make sure that we're going to do it right, because I'm not going through divorce again. That shit hurts. It hurts both parties and the children involved. And I didn't have no kids with my ex-wife, but I helped her with hers, and they're still my babies in my heart. You don't just love kids and stop. You dig me? And, here I am back in Minnesota, and I can't really be mad about any way that my life is because of the choices that I made. I can only do my best to correct them, and my drive to correct them, I believe, is what separates me from a lot of people coming from where I'm from. because there's still people that's my age doing the same ass shit that we was doing 10, 15 years ago, and older than me too. Cats that really need to pull their pants up and think about what they doing with their life, because it's really selfish and it's really wrong that through our dysfunction we just spread like cancer and leprosy with our lifestyles and our choices to young impressionable kids that love us and look up to us. But our examples hasn't been the way it was in the old school. You see what I'm saying? Our examples were more like free-spiritedness and shit like that. I mean, my parents were teenagers when I was born. The same with my oldest child. I'm 33. I got a 16-year-old. You see what I'm saying? She'll be 17 next year. And that's a trip and a half. You see what I'm saying? But if I had to value a life back then, you see, things would have been a lot different. You know, between me and her mom and me and her, and where my life is today. You know, we were taught, you know, live for today. Live for today. If tomorrow comes, cool. So live for today, prepare for tomorrow, because before you know it, tomorrow's going to be today. That's real talk. I'm starting to just kind of go off on all kinds of random stuff. And I just want to really keep on the topic that we playing with life when we come out here and we make babies and just act any old way we want to their parents. And some of the things that people do in front of their kids. It's crazy. Little white kids shouldn't be running around talking about nigga this and nigga that. I'm just saying. There has to be a standard, you know, in our generations, the generations of adults here. There has to be a standard that we set for the society that we want. All right, we got to come to terms that there's some really fucked up people out here that just want to corrupt society. And it's sad, but it's true. And a lot of the people who want a good society are too scared to say anything. But really, what it all boils down to is these are your kids out here. And sometimes, you know, in some places in America, our kids are growing up in a garden full of weeds. That's where we planted our seeds, a garden full of weeds. Just because of where we live and how we choose to live and what we choose to deem acceptable. I think I said a mouthful right there, and I don't think I should have to give any examples. But there ain't no way in the world, you know, you should be giving your shorty fucking malt liquor and shots of vodka and letting them smoke cigarettes and weed. And there's videos on YouTube with that shit. I bet you, like, 3 out of 5 people who happen to run across this video have seen that shit. If it wasn't them, that was a shorty getting fucked up. You know, kids sneak drinks. Yo, I know because I was a kid. You got to be mindful about that stuff. You know, alcoholism, drug addiction, depression, and stunting of your mental growth is really nothing to play with. It really leads you down a really confusing path to full-fledged maturity and adulthood. So basically, I'm just putting out this out there to say it's up to us to keep ourselves in check. It's up to you to make a difference in the life of these kids. The world's changing, y'all. We got crazy old man that says the world was supposed to end on today, the 21st, or what the fuck, man? We're still here. He said it was supposed to happen months ago in May and shit. Hey, for real, we got brothers killing brothers, babies killing babies in the street. These punk police are more crooked than me. Fuck that shit. Don't stunt the growth of our future in yourselves. Be an innovator. Keep it real. Put down that steel, because that's why these streets are real ill. You feel me? Everybody who wants to see me fail, dead, locked up, not having shit. There's a few people who feel that way about you too. People need to quit hating one another and ask yourself what we can do when 1 + 1 = 3 to make this world a better place. If everything that I spoke of directly affects that third one. You dig me? But I'm not scared to see the type of world we're gonna make for ourselves. Black man, stand up. I'm out.